This lesson is brought to you by NCDC, the National Curriculum Development Center, in partnership with UNESCO. Before we start, I need to make a few announcements. And the first one is just to draw your attention to the fact that the era that we are in is still under the COVID pandemic. So I do encourage you to wash your hands at all times, keep social distance, and if you must move out of your home, wear a mask. Wear a mask at all times, social distance, and don't touch the soft spots, your nose, your mouth, and your eyes. Now, before the lesson starts, I want to encourage your viewers or your listeners to ensure that you're in a comfortable place, well seated, with a pen, a book, an exercise book that to write, and preferably a dictionary, because we are looking at Senior 2 English language. And it is very important that at least you have a dictionary with you, so that if you come across a hard word as the lesson progresses, you can easily find it out and take note of it. I will also encourage you to call in and share your answers to some of the activities we are going to look at. You can also WhatsApp. I will be displaying the numbers on the screen where you will be asked to share your responses or call in so that we can have an interactive lesson. All right. Today's lesson, dear viewers and listeners, is about modal verbs. We are going to look at modal verbs. And what is it that we expect from this lesson? I want us to have a clear understanding of what modal verbs are. Okay? Modal verbs. What are modal verbs? I also expect that by the end of our interaction, you should be able to use modal verbs when speaking and writing. All right. So, but before we get there, let us remind ourselves about what a verb is. Okay? When you talk about verbs, what are verbs? You always, our teachers, and we have always told you as teachers of language, that a verb is a doing word. That a verb is a doing word. Or a verb is an action word. Okay? Action words, if I may give an example, are words like walk, write, speak, run, okay? And you can also write your own examples of verbs in your exercise books. I want to encourage you, please make sure that you're seated and pay attention as we progress. So now that we know what verbs are, then we need to understand what are modal verbs. What are modal verbs? Okay? So modal verbs. Now, when we talk about modal verbs, modal verbs are words that we use when we are constructing sentences, and they are largely used especially when we want to talk about, next slide. Yes, next slide. Okay, yes, modal verbs are verbs which help other verbs to express doubt, certainty, possibility, probability, permission, or the lack of them, especially if you are using a modal verb in the negative. Okay, I repeat, modal verbs are verbs which help other verbs to express doubt, okay, certainty, possibility, probability, permission, or the lack of them. When speaking or writing, we could also refer to them as modal auxiliary verbs. In other words, helping verbs. Okay? Now, we have got types of modal verbs. Okay? The types of modal verbs are the following: can, could, may, might, must, will, would, shall, should, ought to. Okay? So those are the major types of modal verbs that we use in speaking and writing. Okay? Now that we know these types of modal verbs, I want us to look at some sentences and be able to identify what a modal verb is in the sentence and what an auxiliary verb is in the sentence, plus the main verb. Okay? We are going to look at a couple of sentences, identify the modal verb and also the main verb in the sentence. Sentence 1. Will you please join me on Sunday for the cancer run? Will you please join me on Sunday for the cancer run? Now, the modal verb in this sentence is will, and the main verb is join. Sentence number 2. I knew I could count on you. Now, in this case, the modal verb is could, and the main verb is count. Okay? I hope you are looking at how a modal verb is used right before the main verb. Sentence number 3. This program was started in 1995 to train health workers who would provide health education to the public. In this particular case, the modal verb is would and the main verb is provide. Okay? So I think now all of us now can clearly identify what a modal verb is and what a main verb is. Please note, the modal verb comes before the main verb. Okay? All right, so let's proceed to our activity time. Okay? I'm going to, all right, I think it's time to call in, dear viewers and listeners. And the numbers are going to be displayed on your screen, and we are going to try out some sentences. I will be sharing with you some sentences. Kindly look at the sentences and call in to tell me what you think the modal verb is and what you think the main verb is. Okay? Sentence 1. She might be finding it difficult to drive her car. I want to encourage you, write your answers down, and then we first walk through them, and then I'll give you an opportunity to call in and share your answers. So the first sentence reads, she might be finding it difficult to drive her car. In your book, or on a piece of paper, kindly note for me what you think a main verb is and what you think a modal verb is. Sentence number 2, will you please come home for dinner? Will you please come home for dinner? Okay, identify for me the modal verb and the main verb in that sentence. Sentence number 3, I can go out tonight. I can go out tonight. Okay, identify the main verb and the modal verb. Remember, the modal verb comes before the main verb. Okay, sentence number 4, you could come tomorrow evening. You could come tomorrow evening. Okay, then number 5, the mother would wash her hands 10 times a day during the COVID-19 pandemic. And the last sentence, you may put it in the sink. You may put it in the sink. All right. I want to believe that we have all noted down our answers, and you are free to call in and share your answers. Okay? Feel free to call in and share your answers, or you can send a message on WhatsApp. Okay? The numbers will be displayed on the screen so that I can hear from you, and then we move forward. Okay, let's proceed. Let's proceed to, I expect the calls to come in shortly, hopefully. Let's proceed to the next activity. I hope we are comfortable where we are. I trust you are comfortable. How are the answers going, dear listeners and viewers? I trust all is well. Okay, so modal verbs, remember, at the start of the lesson I did say that our main aim of this lesson is so that we can understand what a modal verb is and how they can be used in a sentence, so that we are able to also use them in speaking and writing. Modal verbs can be clustered in 5 groups. Modal verbs can be clustered in 5 groups. The first group, will, shall, may, might, would, should, can, and could. And the last one, ought to. Those are the 5 main clusters of modal verbs. Okay? So we will be looking at each cluster, and we look at instances where we can use that specific cluster in a sentence. All right? Okay. Let's start with will. Will as a modal verb. When is will used in communication? When is will used in communication? Okay? Will is used for making predictions. Will is used for making predictions. Okay? For example, I think the weather will change. I think the weather will change. In this particular case, we expect the weather to change. Okay? We expect the weather to change. We are not sure about that, but at least we have some hope that the weather will change. Number 2, it will probably rain tonight. Beg your pardon there. It will probably rain tonight. Now, where is the prediction? Either by indication of the weather or the environment, we expect it to rain, so we are making a prediction. The last sentence is, Christopher will score a distinction in mathematics. Christopher will score a distinction in mathematics. Okay? That is another prediction. So that is the first instance where we use will as a modal verb. Okay? When you are making predictions in speaking and you are using will as a modal verb, those are kind of examples that you can use, okay? That you can use to show prediction. Okay, now I want to encourage you. It's time now to call in, if you will, to share, to give me at least one answer, using will as a modal verb to show prediction. The number has been displayed on the screen, and please, that is the studio line. Don't send a WhatsApp message on the studio line. Call on the line that is displayed on the screen. Okay? I expect some call-ins. Call in and give me at least one sentence where you use will as a modal verb. All right? Oh, dear caller. Hello? Hello there?
Hello.
Hello? Good morning to you.
Hello.
Good morning to you. I can hear you. Hello?
Hello, well done.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate. What's the sentence, sir? Come again?
Yeah. Now,
Yes, please.
the sentence should probably check on what more.
Hello, I can't hear you properly. I beg your pardon,
check
please.
on what more.
I beg your pardon. All right, okay. Sorry, I lost you. You are not clear. And please remember, when you are going to make a call, please kindly don't call through your TV. Do not, if you are going to make a call, move away from your radio set. Hello, dear caller. Hello there. Dear caller. Sorry, I lost you. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. Please write your sentences down. Towards as the lesson progresses, I will be able to give you some minutes, okay, to share your answers. Unfortunately, the calls are not coming through, so let's proceed. Let's proceed. Okay. Will. Another instance, or in another case, another instance where we can use will as a modal verb is when we are talking with certainty. Certainty in instance means when you are at least sure about something. For example, I'm sure you will understand that there is nothing the doctor can do. I'm sure you will understand that there is nothing the doctor can do. There I am certain that either because of the health condition of the patient, I am certain, I'm sure that there is nothing the doctor can do. So there, will has been used to show certainty. Okay? Remember the first part we said, we use will to show prediction. And in this particular case, we are now looking at another way we can use will as a modal verb. Okay? And that is to show certainty. Okay? Please note down note down your answer, I mean your sentences that you'll be sharing with me as the lesson progresses. Another sentence, another example that I can give is, you will have noticed that COVID-19 cases have decreased. You will have noticed that COVID-19 cases have decreased. There's an error there, but typing error. Okay, so I ask that at this material moment, if you could please share. Again, try and call in if you will. Give me a sentence where you use will as a modal verb for certainty. I expect some WhatsApp messages. Hello there.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Hello.
Hello there, I can hear you.
Hello. Hello.
I can hear you, please proceed.
Hello.
I can hear you, speak up. Oh, sorry, I lost you. Please try again. Please try again. Okay, any other caller out there? All right, okay, so let's proceed. Hello there. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Sorry, we lost you. Please keep trying. Keep trying. All right, so let's proceed. So we are looking at modal verbs, just to remind you. And we have already said that modal verbs can be used in those two instances I've mentioned, to express certainty and to show prediction. Okay? All right, next. Now let's go to another instance where we can use modal verb, will. Will can also be used in the following instances. For example, if you want to reassure someone, okay? For example, my sentence could be, or is, it will be all right. It will be all right. I'm assuring someone. Making a decision. An example is, I'm very tired. I will not go anywhere. You can also use it to make a request. For example, will you please come with me to the market? Will you please come with me to the market? Right? Those are the three instances, okay, where will can also be used as a modal verb. Okay? Remember, when we are constructing sentences, when we are speaking, it is always important to think about the sense that you want to communicate. Okay? And will as a modal verb can also help you to communicate effectively. Okay? To communicate effectively. So always consider how you use, how you construct your sentences when using will as a modal verb. I hope that our books are full of sentences, and please keep trying. I know you'll get through. Okay, so I encourage you to try and write down sentences if the calling in is not coming through quite effectively. At least write from your sentence, if you will, to give where you express assurance. Okay, there's a WhatsApp line that has been displayed on your screen. Please kindly use that WhatsApp line to send in your sentences, and then I'll be able to look at them and then we discuss them. Okay? So, time to write down at least one sentence using will to express reassurance. Just one sentence for me to express reassurance, one sentence to make a decision, and one sentence to make a request. Okay? Write down those sentences, and then at an opportune time, you'll share the sentences with me, and then we'll have a discussion about your contributions. If you're able to call, please don't hesitate. Keep trying. Keep trying to call in. All right. Will. You may notice that will has so many ways it is used, okay, as a modal verb. Another instance where will is used as a modal verb is when you are offering to do something for someone. For example, I will pay for lunch. That's an offer. I will pay for lunch. You can also use will to express a habitual behavior. Okay? Habitual comes from the word habit. Okay? From the verb habit. And my sentence here is, if Rose sits in the front row, she will keep disturbing everyone. If Rose sits in the front row, she will keep disturbing everyone. You can also use will as a modal verb to make a threat or a promise. For example, the next time I catch you stealing my potatoes, I will take you to the police. The next time I catch you stealing my potatoes, I will take you to the police. Dear viewers, dear listeners, that is another instance where you can use will as a modal verb. Okay? And I'm sure we are halfway there. Okay? Learning how to use modal verbs to become effective communicators. Okay? Effective communicators. Okay. At this moment in time, I want calls now. And some WhatsApp messages. Can I hear from the audience? The studio line is displayed on your screen. 072 23 2425. Hello there. Hello there. Good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello there, good morning. I can hear you. Please speak up. I can hear you.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. I can hear you. Speak up.
Thanks for the teaching.
You're most welcome. Sorry, I have missed you. Can you try calling in again, please? Another caller. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good morning to you.
Hello. Sir.
Good morning to you.
Hello.
Good morning.
I want to know. You didn't get it. Hello.
I beg your pardon,
Hello?
please. Hello? Can you speak up, please?
I want to know the meaning of probably.
You want to know the meaning of?
I want to know the meaning of probably.
Probably. Okay.
Yes, please.
You want to know the meaning of probably?
The meaning of probably.
Okay, you want to know the meaning of probably. Okay. All right. Okay, so, all right, I'll ask that one shortly. Any other? Any other call? Okay, so when you talk about probably, it is when you are not certain about the likeliness of something happening. Okay? It is a probability. You are not certain about the likeliness of something happening. For example, if you wake up in the morning and you had plans of traveling to Lila or to Masaka, okay, but you have not yet received some money in your pocket, okay, and someone has said, I'm going to send you money for transport, okay, he has promised. Now, he has promised, but you are not sure whether he will or will not send the money for transport. So that is a probability. He may send, he may not send. Okay, so that is a probability. I hope I've answered your question. Thank you for calling in, please. All right, any other caller? All right. All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Hello.
Good morning. So I lost you. Okay. Please keep trying. Keep trying. All right, let's move on. Dear listeners and viewers, remember this is a Senior 2 English lesson, and we are looking at grammar, and we are looking at the modal verbs. Okay. All right, so just a reminder before I proceed, please. When you call in, try and move away from your TV set or from your radio, because I'm getting feedback in the studio. Thank you. All right, just before I was that interjection, I just want to just re-emphasize the fact that this lesson is meant largely to improve our communication, and we are looking at how to use modal verbs in speaking and writing. All right? And this lesson has been brought to you by National Curriculum Development Center in partnership with UNESCO. Okay? So moving on. We are now going to look at how to use shall as a modal verb. Shall is mostly used in the first person, the I and the we. All right? We use shall when you want to talk about something in the first person, though it's not very commonly used in speaking or writing. Now, the only time we need to use it is in questions, all right? When making offers, for example, shall I get you another glass of juice? Shall I get you another glass of juice? That is, someone is making an offer. Another instance where shall is used as a modal verb is when you are or when we are making suggestions. Okay? For example, shall we go to the cinema on Sunday? Shall we go to the cinema on Sunday? That is a suggestion. Okay? So, practice time. Practice time for you. I'm going to display some sentences on the screen, and I will expect you to tell me which sentence is making an offer and which sentence is making a suggestion. Hello, good morning. we are responding to the sentences on your screen, and we are identifying a sentence that is making an offer and a sentence that is making a suggestion. There are two sentences on the screen. Kindly call in and share with me your thoughts. What do you think? Hello? Hello, good morning. Good morning. Okay, so I missed you. Try again. All right, so those sentences that are on your screen, I hope you have written them down. Shall I buy you a new dress? Shall I buy you a new dress? To me, that sentence is making an offer. Okay? Then the sentence that goes, shall we eat beans today? Shall we eat beans today or tomorrow? That is making a suggestion. Hello? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, sorry, lost you. Okay, so I hope that we are moving very well. Please, if you have got any questions, I ask that you send your question through the WhatsApp line. Send some text messages through the WhatsApp line. And then the WhatsApp line is just displayed. It goes 0789 07777. That is the WhatsApp line. All right? Send in your sentences, send in your answers, and I will be able to give you feedback. Hello, good morning. Oh, okay. Moving forward, so those are the instances where shall is used as a modal verb. Okay? All right, so let's move on to might, may and might. How do we use may and might in sentences? How do we use may and might in sentences? Now, may and might sometimes may mean the same thing, but they are used to talk about possibilities or uncertainties, okay, in the present, past, and the future tense. I repeat, may and might are used to talk about possibilities or uncertainties in the present, past, and future tense. For example, Mr. Lumu may be in the staff room. Mr. Lumu may be in the staff room. That sentence is in the present tense. Okay? Sentence number 2. Uganda might win the World Cup football tournament. You never know. Uganda might win the World Cup football tournament. You never know. Okay, that expresses uncertainty, if you ask me. Okay, may is also used when one is a bit more sure. Okay, take note of that. When you are a bit more sure about something that you're saying, okay, then use may. When you are not sure or when you are in doubt, then use might. I repeat, may is sometimes used when one is a bit more sure about something. And might is used to express some doubt. Okay? I hope that is very, very clear. Example, I may attend the party. I may attend the party. I haven't decided yet. I may attend the party. I have not decided yet. Now, how does this show that I'm a little bit sure? The sentence, in a way, suggests I have the intentions, I have the desire to go to the party, but I'm yet to decide, right? At least there's some certainty that I may go, okay? And then, of course, there's the second sentence. The second sentence, I am surprised Susan Mwonge lost the race. She might have been ill. I'm surprised Susan Mwonge lost the race. She might have been ill. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe she lost the race for another reason. Okay? All right. So those are the two instances where we can use may and might in spoken or written English. All right? Okay, so the numbers on your screen, kindly use them. Use the numbers on your screen to communicate. I want to hear as much feedback from you as possible. The WhatsApp line, again, is on our screen, those of us who are using TV. And if you want to call in, there's also a line, okay, a line for you to call on. But please, WhatsApp messages, don't call on the WhatsApp message, please. Or I beg your pardon, don't call on the WhatsApp line. It's only for messages. All right. Okay, so moving on. I hope those of us who are taking some notes, okay, you're constructing sentences, you have got something to ask at the end of the lesson, please keep upbeat. Would. Let's look at would. Would is another type of modal verb you need to learn how to use when speaking or writing. Okay? Would is used in indirect speech. For example, before I give an example, what does indirect speech mean? What does indirect speech mean? Indirect speech simply means when you want to report, you are not giving the actual words of the speaker, but you are reporting the words. Okay, for example, in the sentence on your screen, the meeting will start tomorrow. The meeting will start tomorrow. Those are some words by someone, the actual words that person has said. If I am to report that using would as a modal verb, then it becomes, he said the meeting would start the following day. Remember, tomorrow changes to the following day when you are reporting. Okay? When you are reporting. All right. I hope that is very clear, dear viewers and listeners. Next, would is also used for making polite requests and offers. Okay? You can use would for making polite requests and offers. For example, would you like a cup of tea? Would you like a cup of tea? That is an example of a polite offer. Okay? I could also say, would you please call him for me? That's my other sentence. would you please call him for me? Okay, that is a request, a polite request. Okay, I could also say another sentence is, I would like to borrow your book, please. I would like to borrow your book, please. A polite request. So, therefore, would can also be used in that particular case. Okay, when you are making polite offers and polite requests. All right, calling time. Calling time. I expect some calls at this moment in time. How is it going out there? Please call and share. What have you seen so far? Are you following the lesson? Any questions for me before we proceed? All right. Okay. So I think all is well at this moment in time. Oh, hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Okay. What's your contribution? Are you sharing a sentence with us? Hello.
Thank you for teaching.
You're most welcome. What is your sentence? Hello? Hello? Okay, I've lost you. I've lost you. Okay, please keep trying. Keep trying to call in. Hello? Good morning. Hello? Okay, so I lost you. All right, so let's move on. Another instance where we use, or where you can use would as a modal verb is when you are less certain. When you want to talk about something and you are less certain about it, okay, it is important that you use would as a modal verb. For example, he felt that the vehicle would cost too much. He felt that the vehicle would cost too much. In this particular case, you realize that the speaker of the sentence is quite not sure, okay, about how much the vehicle will cost. So in this particular case, he is less certain. All right, then the sentence number 2 that goes, this invention of mine would be very efficient. It would break all records. This invention of mine would be very efficient. It would break all records. Again, there is some level of less certainty in that particular sentence. All right? Okay, so just to do some learning check here, I want to remind you of what we have done so far. We have looked at will as a modal verb, and we have looked at the different ways in which will can be used in. We have also looked at may and might, okay. Then I also looked at shall as a modal verb. Please keep writing down your sentences. At an opportune time, you will be sharing with me your sentences, and I can be able to interact with you. Okay, moving on, modal verbs. Okay, we are going to look at other parts of the modal verb. Okay, And our next one, oh, before that, I think I should also give you some practice. I should give you some practice. Right in front of you, those of us with our TVs on, there are some sentences that I would like you to write down in your books. What are you doing with them? I want you to look at how would has been used in those sentences. Okay? All you have to do is remember what I've just told you about the instances where we use would. Okay, so the first sentence goes, would you like to climb Mount Mahabula with my sisters and me? Would you like to climb Mount Mahabula with my sisters and me? All you have to do is indicate in your book how would has been used. Next is, had he worked harder, Mr. Matendo would have been a successful farmer. Had he worked harder, Mr. Matendo would have been a successful farmer. Kindly note, how has would been used in that sentence? Sentence number 3, would you like to come to my house tomorrow? Would you like to come to my house tomorrow? Sentence number 4, they thought that she would marry, is an editing error there. She thought that, they thought that she would marry an older, richer suitor. They thought that she would marry an older, richer suitor. So kindly in your book, not for me or on a piece of paper, how would has been used, okay, in these 4 sentences. Okay, moving on, can and could as modal verbs. Can and could as modal verbs. These 2 are used to talk about ability, make request, and ask permission. They are used to talk about ability, make request, and ask permission. For example, can you lift the bag? Can you lift the bag? That shows ability. Okay? Maybe you have some level of strength, some strength in you, and you can lift the bag. Part B, could you speak up, please? Could you speak up, please? Okay, that indicates permission. And then part C, could I visit Matthew this afternoon? Could I visit Matthew this afternoon? This very sentence is an example of where can and could can be used to ask permission. Okay? To ask permission. All right. So, I hope you have clearly seen the distinct ways, the different ways these modal verbs can be used this far. Okay? The distinct ways modal verbs are used differently, but the whole instance, dear viewers and listeners, is so that you can communicate effectively in speaking and writing. Okay? All right, so calling time. Calling time. You are now free to call in and give at least one sentence, either, okay, making a request, okay, or an offer. The line, the phone, the studio line to call is on the screen. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, sorry, I lost you. Try again. Remember, some WhatsApp messages should be coming through. Okay, the number is on the screen. I'll read it out. 078907777. I repeat, 078907777. All right. Okay. So, so dear viewers and listeners, those are modal verbs. Remember what I said at the beginning of the lesson, that a modal verb comes before a main verb in the sentence. Okay? It can also be referred to as an auxiliary verb. By auxiliary verb, we mean it is helping. It can work as a helping verb. All right? Okay, so moving on. Let's move on. And okay, I hope that some calls, please. Some calls. Okay. All right. So once again, listeners and viewers, this lesson has been brought to you by National Curriculum Development Center in partnership with UNESCO. All right, and my name is Muchungus Martin, a teacher of English language and literature. I do hope that out there this lesson has been of benefit to you, and keep learning. If you have not been able to call in or to send in your answers, I ask that you make use of the teachers around you, or your siblings in the house, or your parents, or someone older than you, to give you some guidance. Okay? But I hope that this has been very, very clear to you and has given you an idea about what modal verbs are and when we use them in writing. I thank you. Have a good day.